We admit it. We framed Ada.
Traitors! I know what you did.
The palace
Guards,
woke the
seize
next
them!
morning under a heavy cloud of tension. No music echoed through the grand halls. No laughter came from the royal gardens. Every conversation centered on one question: did Lady Amara really steal the royal crown jewel? Some believed she was innocent. Others had already declared her guilty. Ada remained inside her chamber praying quietly. Although she knew she had done nothing wrong, she also knew that innocence alone was not enough. Without proof, no one could clear her name. Meanwhile, Chinedu refused to waste a single moment. She gathered the captain of the royal guards. "I want to know everything that happened last night," he ordered. "Every guard on duty must be questioned. Every servant must be interviewed. No details is too small." The captain bowed. "At once, Your Highness." For hours, Chinedu listened carefully as guards described the event of the feast. Most of their stories were identical. Then one young guard mentioned something unusual. "Your Highness," he said hastily, "just before the light went out, I saw Lord Nnamdi leaving the hallway that leads to Lady Ada's chamber." The room fell silent. "Why didn't you mention this before?" Chinedu asked. I thought nothing of it." Chinedu's eyes narrowed. He thanked the guard and continued his investigation. Later that afternoon, Zainab finally found the courage to speak. She requested a private meeting with Chinedu. When she entered the room, she immediately fell to her knees. "Forgive me, Your Highness. I could have spoken sooner." "What do you know?" Chinedu asked gently. With trembling hands, Ada told him everything she had overheard days earlier: the secret meeting between Lord Nnamdi and Lady Amara, their hatred towards Ada, and their plan to stop the royal wedding. As she finished, Chinedu clenched his fists. "So it was all planned." Zina nodded through tears. "I was afraid. I thought they would kill me." Chinedu helped her to her feet. "You have shown great courage today. You have done the right thing." Still, Chinedu knew that her testimony alone might not be enough. Lord Nnamdi was clever. He would deny everything. They needed undeniable proof. That evening, Chinedu quietly instructed two trusted guards to watch Lord Nnamdi without being seen. "If he meets anyone in secret," Chinedu said, "follow him, but do not let him know." The guard obeyed. Just after midnight, Lord Nnamdi slipped out of his chamber wearing a dark cloak. Believing no one was watching, he made his way to an old storage building behind the palace. The hidden guards followed at a distance. Inside the building, Lady Amara was already waiting. She looked nervous. "This had gone too far," she whispered. "What if the prince discovers the truth?" Lord Nnamdi laughed confidently. "He won't. The necklace was found under Ada's bed. The evidence is on our side." "But what about the maid? She heard us talking." Lord Nnamdi's expression hardened. "Then she must never be allowed to speak again." The hidden guards exchanged shocked glances. They had heard everything. One of them quietly slipped away to inform Chinedu. The other remained hidden, listening. Inside the building, Lord Nnamdi reached into a wooden chest and pulled out a small velvet pouch. "I kept this," he said. Lady Amara stared at the pouch. "The duplicate keys." He smiled proudly. "Exactly. How else do you think I opened the display case without breaking it?" Lady Amara let out a nervous laugh. "You truly thought of everything." "Almost everything," Lord Nnamdi replied. Neither of them realized that their confession had been overheard. Before dawn, Chinedu and the captain of the royal guard surrounded the building. The doors burst open. Royal guards rushed inside with swords drawn. Lord Nnamdi's face turned pale. Lady Amara gasped in horror. Chinedu stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "The game is over. You framed an innocent woman. You stole the royal crown jewel. And now you have confessed before witnesses." For the first time since the conspiracy began, Lord Nnamdi had no lies left to tell. His silence spoke louder than any confession. The sun was just beginning to rise over the palace. By noon, the entire kingdom would learn the truth, and Ada's name would finally be cleared. Subscribe for the next part.